Warning, this video is meant to be for those who are struggling through the lust of flesh pleasure and for those who are addicted to lust of flesh pleasure. The topic that I'll be talking today is incest, color does not take part. Adultery, fornication, covet, having multiple partners has no meaning at all because all females have no difference from each other as well as all males have no difference amongst each other. We've all been deceived by Satan all along all of our existence on earth, deceived into wrong perception, wrong understanding that there is a difference in skin color or in the facial appearance. Satan deceived us from reality, which is actually there is no difference in skin color or in the facial appearance in reality. And skin color or facial appearance is not the matters of concern at all in reality. What really is the matter of concern in reality will be explained shortly. Satan deluded human minds into false conception, false thinking, false understanding away from reality, which is that the difference in skin color or facial appearance conception arises only because of Satan's delusion. So, the devil from his delusion tricks made humans to have a wrong perception about the reality of skin color and facial appearance. So, the devil succeeded all of this time to deceive and brainwash us into thinking that there is a difference in skin color and facial appearance, which then led him to devise a trap for us human beings so as to make us commit and accumulate sinful actions by trapping us to fall into his trap, which is Job chapter 2 verse 4, skin for skin. Satan replied, a man will give all that he has for his own life. But actually, in reality, there is no difference at all in skin color because like in sexual pleasure, the skin color, white, pink, orange, red, black color does not take part. The face does not take part, breast, thighs, buttock does not take part in sexual pleasure between a male and a female. What takes part in sexual pleasure is the drive of sexual desire that made humans' heart enjoy in it. And what pleases humans' heart of sexual desire is what pleases a human sexual organ, which is the penetration and insertion of male sexual organ into the female sexual organ. That's all that matters. The outside part of the female sexual organ does not take part much in sexual pleasure as man feels much pleasure on the penile head which goes inside the woman's sexual organ. Similarly, the woman feels much pleasure by the presence of man's sexual organ inserted inside her vaginal hole. What takes part in sexual pleasure for man is the vaginal hole inside and his penile penetration inside the vagina, and especially the intercourse, friction and rubbing of the vaginal flesh inside with the penis. So what takes part in sexual pleasure for man is only the flesh of the vaginal hole inside, because pleasure lies in the vaginal flesh, vaginal tissue inside the vagina, where vaginal flesh inside is the only part of the body that is specially made to feel the real pleasure of sex, to get the real pleasure of sex for male, for man. And what takes part in sexual pleasure for women is only the flesh of the penis that enters inside the vagina, because pleasure lies in the penile flesh, penile tissue of the penis, which is the only part of the body that is specially made to feel the real pleasure of sex, to get the real pleasure of sex for female, for women. What takes part in real sexual pleasure for men is only the penetration and insertion of penis inside the vagina. Similarly, what takes part in real sexual pleasure for women is only if the penis enters inside the vagina. What takes part in real sexual pleasure is only the intercourse, the friction, and the rubbing of flesh inside the vagina with the flesh of the penis. The outside part of the female sexual organ does not take part in sexual pleasure. The white color, pink color, orange color, red color, black color of the outside part of the female sexual organ does not take part in sexual pleasure. Color does not take part in sexual pleasure. What takes part in sexual pleasure is the friction of the vaginal flesh inside with the penile flesh. It is only the friction that gives pleasure in sexual pleasure. So the only thing that can touch, can feel, can take part in friction and intercourse is only the flesh. The color cannot touch, cannot feel in friction. Because what's pleased in sexual pleasure is only the friction and intercourse, but since color cannot touch, cannot feel, cannot take part in friction and intercourse, therefore color, skin color does not take part in friction and intercourse. It does not take part in sexual pleasure. So, color, skin color has no difference in sexual pleasure. It's only the penetration and insertion of the penis inside the vagina that a male needs or that a female needs to get the pleasure in sexual pleasure and to be satisfied. Skin color does not take part in sexual pleasure. Breast does not take part in real sexual pleasure because a man will be satisfied and enjoyed only if his penis is inserted into the vagina. The face does not take part in real sexual pleasure because a man's sexual organ wanted to penetrate inside the vagina and he will be satisfied and enjoyed only if his penis will get to penetrate into the vagina. So, being beautiful or handsome in the face is of no meaning and it has no difference and it does not take part in sexual pleasure of man's sexual organ or woman's sexual organ. Because it's only the vaginal flesh inside the vagina that rubs with the penile flesh that takes part in real sexual pleasure. The whole body of male or female, the head, the face, the neck, the hands, the breast, the stomach, the buttocks, the thighs, the legs, does not take part in real sexual pleasure, which is the pleasure of the penis or the vagina. Because it's only the friction of the vaginal flesh inside, not the color, that rubs with the penile flesh, not the color, which are the special organs that are specially made to rub, to intercourse, to take part in friction, to get to feel the real pleasure in sexual pleasure. The vaginal flesh inside that rubs in intercourse with the penile flesh is the same in all females, and there is no difference at all between all females. Similarly, the penile flesh that takes part in friction with the vaginal flesh inside is the same in all males, and there is no difference at all between all males. Therefore, there is no difference to each other amongst all females. Also, there is no difference to each other amongst all males. There is no special thing different to each other between all females. And there is no special thing different to each other between all males. All females have only one thing in common, that a male's sexual organs wanted, that man's wanted, and to be satisfied, to get satisfaction. And that is only to get to penetrate into the internal part of the female sexual organ, which is the flesh that is specially made for sexual pleasure, to do insertion and friction intercourse with the male sexual organ. Also, all males have only one thing in common, that a female sexual organs wanted, that women's wanted, and to be satisfied, to get satisfaction, that is only by the insertion of a male sexual organ, which is the flesh that is specially made for sexual pleasure. Overall, the real matters of concern in reality is that it's the flesh of sexual organs of male and female that takes part in sexual pleasure. The flesh of sexual organs of male and female that takes part in sexual satisfaction, not the color outside or inside the female sexual organ or male sexual organ. So wanting to have multiple partners, to covet others' wife or husband, to fornicate outside marriage, to commit adultery, or to leave your partner for another person has no meaning at all in reality, because every female are same and are not different from each other in reality. And also every male are same and are not different from each other in reality. It's just a waste of time. Spoil your own image and reputation unnecessarily. Spoil your own character unnecessarily. Spoil your life, spoil your body and soul. Spoil your dignity, dirtied your mind, body and soul. Ruin your character, spoil your spiritual life, destroy your holiness, committing sexual immorality. You just make yourself committing sexual sins unnecessarily, but you are committing the big sin ever against your own body. Piling up your sins unnecessarily just because you are doing things that are not worthy, that are nonsense. But they are the sinful actions that are disgusting, abominable, and evil. And because of this, that Satan caught us into his trap, so that he can pile up sins on our life by deceiving, tempting, and seducing us, so that we will commit sins more and more. And in the end, he will make us horrible sinners, that the end judgment will be to throw us into the lake of fire in hell, to destroy us in the unbearable horrors of pains and sufferings that will last forever and ever. And in hell, when we will regret, also it does not help, it does not work anymore. Just because we do things that are not worthy, that last for a very short period of time, that do not last forever, that are not meaningful, that are not valuable, which are the temptations seduced and deceived by Satan, and that we have to suffer in unbearable pains in hell forever and ever, then it's the saddest, miserable, and sorrowful thing in life, in our life, the worst thing that we've ever done to our own life. Thank you. We will get more clarification about many more issues about the real meaning of life in the upcoming videos.